Keir Starmer now says he's the guy that's going to control our borders. The same Keir Starmer that decriminalised illegal immigration, has prioritised illegals over our own good people, has thrown them into hotels and generally prioritised them for housing as well, and wanted to make sure that anyone who spoke out against illegal immigration was called far right and put in prison. But now suddenly he's all for it. He also says that those arriving in our country should speak English. Maybe he could go to Birmingham or Bradford.
Parliament was in full swing when the unthinkable happened. As MPs debated the future of the nation, a sudden uproar erupted from outside the chamber. Protesters, their voices booming, echoing through the ancient walls of Westminster. "Traitor! Traitor!" they shouted, each chant cutting through the debate like a blade. At the center of it all stood Sir Keir Starmer, the Labour leader, frozen in a moment that no politician ever wants to face. Cameras zoomed in.
Any other of his voting areas and say that because none of them will
Our Director of Strategy, who's a right ginger, has said that I should explain our new policy on migration very simply. So before, we loved illegals. We couldn't get enough of illegals. Illegals, come, welcome. I helped bring them in. I put them in hotels. I also love a Rwandan. I love me a stubby Rwandan. In fact, I love all illegals because they are the ones that vote for us. So if you go to any of the Labour strongholds, Luton, Leicester, Birmingham, Bradford, all you'll find is Muslims, and we can buy their vote for
capturing every twitch, every flicker of unease on his face, as the noise grew louder and louder. This was not just any ordinary protest. These were voices that carried anger, betrayal, and a fierce determination to be heard. The tension in the room became palpable as MPs exchanged uneasy glances, and the speaker tried to restore order. But it was already too late. The chants had shaken the foundation of the debate, and the spotlight was now firmly fixed on Starmer. Viewers across the nation leaned closer to their screens, sensing that history was unfolding right before their eyes. As the chants grew louder, Starmer attempted to steady himself, launching into a carefully rehearsed response. But the words rang hollow. Protesters outside were relentless, their accusations heavy: betrayal on policies, broken promises, and compromises that many felt had undermined the very heart of democracy. Each shout seemed to expose a crack in Starmer's armor, leaving him looking less like a leader and more like a man cornered by the weight of his own decisions. Then came the twist no one expected. Among the protesters were veterans, teachers, and even former Labour supporters, people who once cheered for Starmer's vision but now felt abandoned. Their presence transformed the protest from mere noise into a powerful symbol of political fracture. The image of lifelong supporters turning against their leader struck a deeper chord than any opposition attack ever could. Inside Parliament, whispers began circulating. Tory MPs smirked at the chaos, while even some Labour backbenchers shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Was this a warning sign of something bigger to come? Could the chants of "traitor" outside Westminster be a reflection of a brewing storm across the country? The suspense thickened as reporters scrambled to piece together the narrative, desperate to capture the story that was unfolding in real time. Starmer, visibly rattled, pushed forward with his speech. Yet, his voice cracked at moments, betraying the pressure he was under. The cameras caught every second, replaying his stumbles across social media in real time. Within minutes, hashtags were trending, clips were circulating, and the public was making its own judgment. This was not just a political event, it had become a national spectacle that threatened to define his career. But perhaps the most dramatic moment came when the protesters managed to get their message heard inside the chamber itself. Through sheer volume and persistence, their chants bled into the live broadcast. "Traitor" could be heard by millions watching from home. Traitor. For a leader trying to project strength and authority, there could be no greater humiliation. Starmer's face said it all. This was a wound that would not heal easily. And as the speaker finally called for a suspension of proceedings, the cameras lingered on Starmer one last time. His shoulders slumped, his expression grim, as if he knew the damage was already done. The question now hung heavy in the air. Was this just a bad day in Parliament, or was it the beginning of the end for Keir Starmer's leadership? Could he silence the growing chorus outside, or would the chants of "traitor" follow him wherever he went from here?